Santa's Little Helpers, Jacob Hester and
Matt Flynn,
are taking over Off the Bench, presented by All-Star Toyota. Tune in for some naughty and nice sports talk this Christmas season. Live from
Raising Cane's
studio, here's Jacob Hester and
Matt Flynn.
And still impressive you got your voice to get that high.
Yeah, it's pretty. I'm a radio pro. You know this.
That's true. I've always said that about you.
Uh-huh.
All right, we are very excited. Welcome back in, OTB, live from the Raising Cane's studio to welcome on our next guest. It is the LSU defense coordinator, Blake Baker, back because he never left us. He's here. He's the defense coordinator. Fired up to have him on the show. And, Blake, it had to be the offer that I made you and the lifetime supply of Raising Cane sauce that got you over the top.
And it's funny you say that, man. There's a lot of side deals from friends of the program that I'm going to hold their feet to fire. But I think that was probably the number one deal. That and the unlimited cleats. I don't know if you're talking to Lou about that, but you got to make that happen now.
I owe you some cleats, a couple of LSU baseball caps there. So yeah, I'm getting to work.
I've kept the receipt.
Didn't you also free flag football registration as well?
I did.
Wasn't that thrown
for
in
lifetime?
Oh,
yeah, lifetime.
Absolutely.
Over at Elite.
Yep.
So look, I made a lot of promises, and now I've got to go write those checks. But don't worry, I got the checks. I got to find a pen to sign all these checks, but I got the checks there, Blake. So hey, we are fired up, man. We are fired up to have you on the show. Fired up to have you back there. And I have to imagine, I know a lot was going on with you, obviously, and making a decision, but ultimately you decide to stay at LSU, kind of just, a 1,000-foot view of the situation. Like, I know how hard those situations can be, but kind of what went into it for you?
Yeah, I mean, that's a great question because it's never just one thing. It's never as cut and dry as some people may feel it's supposed to be.
Right.
But it starts with, honestly, like my family, like sitting, talking to them. Kids are, 10, 8, and 6 now and hearing their input, but we're extremely happy here and love the community, love the support of Baton Rouge and obviously being close to family. All those things, play a major role in it, especially as many times as we've moved, in the last 5 years. So I think that's where it started. And probably everything else is probably lagniappe, but, happy wife, happy life, right?
Yeah.
But no, and part of it was, loyalty to current players,
right.
And the recruiting class. I guess news had broke that I was taking the Tulane job, and had a lot of the current players texting me and calling me, wondering what was going on, and just the timing of the recruiting class. You're sitting here and you're telling guys that you're going to be here next year, and we need you to sign on the dotted line. And I just couldn't look at myself in the mirror and say those things and up and leave in the next 24 hours. But those things all cross your mind. I feel like we have unfinished business here, not only from an overall team standpoint, but from a defensive standpoint. You look at the improvements from year one to year two, and really want to see this thing through. I think we're an ascending football program, but especially on the defensive side of the ball. Again, just the improvements from year one to year two, I don't see there any reason to take a step back moving forward. And then the last part of it was just having a great conversation with Lane and getting clarity on certain things that are really important to me, from not only a football standpoint, from a life standpoint. So I think once all those boxes got checked and sitting down again with my wife and kids, we woke up the next day and felt really, really good about it. And that's how you made the right decision.
Well, Coach, I think everybody in Tiger Nation is celebrating the fact that you did make that decision. I'm sure it was tough, of course, with your connection to Tulane, and we know you interviewed and talked and all that stuff. But you kind of touched on it right there at the end. But how was with Lane Kiffin coming in? How were your conversations with him? How did they go? And what big of an impact on your decision was it that Lane's going to come in and his proven track record on the offensive side of the ball, and just knowing that you can have that comfort that the other side of the ball is going to be well taken care of and let you do your thing. And if you can marry up a good defense and a good offense in the same year, you got a chance for something special.
Yeah, I think, like you said, just having it's conversations that we had actually had in the past. I think that the style of offense they play and the style of defense that we play is very complementary to one another. So, yeah, I think that plays a big part in it. But more so, getting clarity. Obviously, both with unknowns, right? Coming back here and working under a new head coach, and obviously going and trying my hand at being a head coach for the first time. It was unknowns on both sides. But also just sitting here and talking to Lane, proof's in the pudding. He's won everywhere he's been. So I think it's going to give me a unique perspective on being around another head coach that's won a lot of football games and how they run their program, how they run their organization, how they do things differently than maybe some of the great coaches I've been around in the past. So in all honesty, I think it's going to help me when I do decide to make that jump to be a head coach, because at the end of the day, you're always, or at least me, I've always been preparing my whole career to one day make that jump and be a head coach, and taking meticulous notes on how certain coaches I've been around do certain things and what seems to work and what would fit my personality. So I do think it's going to give me a unique perspective from that standpoint as an overall head coach as well.
And Coach, we were excited to start the show. We're talking about you staying here, not going anywhere, but also the defensive staff for the most part, and Corey Raymond and Kevin Peoples, and then like Jake Olson. And Jake's my guy, so I'm a little bit biased maybe, but the job that he did with the safeties and bringing in two new safeties, and A.J. Halsey to Marcus Cooley, who I thought played well, and certainly A.J. was a player that I thought in the middle of that defense showed up every single week. How big of a deal was it for you to make sure that stayed intact, and it was not only you, but it was your defensive staff as well?
Yeah, that was definitely part of our conversation, because that was important to me. These guys have earned it. Again, it wasn't just Blake Baker doing that. It starts with the coaching staff and it trickles down to the players. So, yeah, that was an important part of the conversation that I had with Lane, making sure that we were able to stay intact, and we're still working through exactly what everything looks like. But again, that was an important piece of the decision.
Coach, I don't want to gloss over, because there is still a game to be played. We know we're going. LSU's playing in the Texas Bowl, but I do kind of we have a big picture in mind here. Like when you talk about getting ready for the transfer portal portion of the calendar year, what are some of the big targets and needs that you particularly want to fill on your side of the ball?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think when you look at it holistically, I think these bowl practices are important, but obviously now the portal, runs concurrently at the same time with the portal being open and bowl practices. So we'll have some tough decisions. I know Coach and I were going to sit down. Last week was really more about getting the signing class, finished out strong, and now we're going to turn our attention to the transfer portal. But it's hard for me to sit here and say I haven't put a ton of thought into it and haven't had a ton of time to sit down with the defensive staff. So I don't want to give necessarily, we're looking for this position or that position. But we're always, we have a responsibility to this program and this university to make sure that we put the best product on the field. And as I said last year, when we brought in, whatever it was, 6-8 guys, competition is going to make everybody better. And if you're going to run from competition, if we take a certain guy and that chases you out of here, you probably weren't the right guy for this place anyway. So whatever we can do, we're going to take the best players and make sure that we're supplementing the team accordingly. And obviously, I understand you got to be responsible from a fiscal standpoint as well. But we're going to make sure that we put the best product on the field that we can next year.
Coach, you've talked about the high school class a couple of times. It was certainly an impressive one. Not 35 guys, 40 guys, 45 guys like some other teams, but it was certainly quality over quantity, and a lot of that's on the defensive side of the football. I know you got to be excited for what y'all signed up front for sure.
Absolutely. It's something, again, when I first took this job 2 years ago, it's what I said when I took it. It's like this place has to get back to what LSU football was always known for on the defensive side of the ball, and it starts up front. And I do believe, from the bottom of my heart, we'll find out in 3 years, but I do believe we signed the best defensive line class in the country. And when you look at, it starts in state, and then we were able to spread our wings from there. But very, very pleased overall with our class, and especially up front.
Coach, I'm looking at your Twitter feed right now. You're pretty active on some reposts and things like that. But like with the new head coach, with Lane coming in, he's extremely active. Do you feel like as his coordinator, you got to pick up your game any on the social media aspect?
I don't think I can keep up with him, man. He's a monster. He's a monster.
He's a beast.
So, he is a beast. He's quite the follow, man. But no, I'm not going to change who I am, man. I'll leave that majority up to him and kind of keep it simple on my end.
I mean, have you at least let him know that you held Ole Miss to the lowest point total they had this year?
No, I didn't. I didn't realize that, to be honest with you. But
I think you're tied. I think you and the week after they played LSU was the lowest total they had this year.
Yeah, they still got it, so I can't talk too much.
I am looking forward to going out there for the first spring practice. I think it's going to be some lively practices. I mean, it is truly going to be good on good. And it reminds me of when we were playing here, you had, Jimbo Fisher going against Bo Pelini or Jimbo going against Nick Saban. It was that made us so much better. And I'm looking forward to those practices, Coach. I think that the intensity is going to be at an all-time high out there in the spring.
Yeah, me too. I think, like you said, when you're surrounded by great coaches, and again, all of us are ultra competitors, and having gone against Lane and Charlie Weiss for a few times, I think it'll be pretty spirited out there as well.
Yeah, very spirited. Coach, let me ask you this, just because it was again great news that you're staying, but the opportunities for a head coaching job were obviously presented to you. When that time comes, assuming that is your that's maybe not your end goal, but that is your goal to be a head coach at some point in your coaching career. When that time comes, what is it that you're going to be looking for that next step?
I really, I say it. I see myself on the Kirby Smart plan. I want if I don't get kicked out of here first, when I leave this job, I want it to be, the ultimate stop, like you said, the final destination. And I get it, man. As coaches, we never necessarily always control that. But I don't want to look at it as a job where I'm moving and then having to move again. And I think that's what this place, LSU, and obviously being with Lane, I think that's what it can provide. I think we do what we're capable of doing and know what this place is capable of doing. I think those opportunities will come up. So that's probably, to kind of sum it up, that's probably really what I'm looking for.
Oh, yeah.
Catching up with LSU defense coordinator Blake Baker here on OTB. Coach, you and I have talked throughout the season, but I want to do it here on air. Just the job that your defense did throughout the totality of the season, but certainly once one of your leaders, one of the best players in the country, Whit Weeks, goes down, to not feel sorry for yourself, to not make excuses. I mean, week in and week out, you're going out there and Whit's trying everything he can possible to get on the football field, no matter how many plays it is, but to kind of keep it together like you did and to make the improvements you did, from what you took over, certainly, but to year one to year two, end up in the top 15 in scoring defense. I know, when you take a look back on all the challenges this defense had, right? The fact that they went out there every single week and put out that kind of effort. I mean, even in the last game out, right? I mean, a playoff team, you have them right down there to the wire. Just talk about, what you thought about this defense and how they handled all those situations.
Yeah, I told them, it started really, to me, I probably underestimated, how much Whit and Bernard and it kind of we played really, really well, I thought, except for the exception of two games, Vanderbilt and Texas A&M. And I probably underestimated the impact that Whit had just in general on our entire defense. Right. And, so it really started, I would say, as far as our battle cry after that Vanderbilt game and understanding that something has to change, right? And so talk to those guys about, I was just very real with them after BK was let go and obviously, the Vanderbilt game, the way it went, and then Texas A&M, I talked to them about just at the end of the day, you're still, whatever you decide to do at the end of this year, whether it be go to the NFL, whether it be come back for a new coaching staff, whether it be going in the transfer portal, but you're auditioning every single day for something, and just very real from that standpoint, more of it as an individual because I knew then collectively we'd be able to put it all together. But I called him up after the Alabama game as a defense, and I told him, 15 years doing this or 11 years, whatever, as a coordinator, I don't think I'd ever been more proud of a defense. The way that they stuck together. Yep. We talked after the A&M game and, kind of asked, like, what do they think happened? And they said, Coach, when we saw 35 on the scoreboard, we started pressing and trying to make plays ourselves instead of playing with the scheme. And so that was our battle cry. Don't look at the scoreboard. It doesn't matter what happens on the other side of the ball. It doesn't matter what happens on special teams. We got to be able to control what we can control. And I thought the guys answered the bell. I thought we got closer as a unit. I thought more leadership from different guys started coming through. Tamarcus Cooley's a young man that really started stepping up and trying to take that leadership role a little bit. A.J. Halsey's another one there on the back end. So it was really, really neat to see it all come together, even though we had a couple bumps in the road right there in the middle of the season for us to get this thing back on the tracks. And, again, couldn't be more proud. Probably the most proud I've been as a unit, as a coordinator.
All right, Coach, we'll get you out of here with this one. Witt knows he can come back next year, right?
Yep.
Okay.
We are in those discussions now.
Hey, look, I'll send him a very similar offer that I sent you, too. Just let me know. You give me the word, and I'll do it.
Absolutely. Please pull the trigger on it, man. I think he'll like the free cane sauce.
That's right.
Hey, Coach, man, we truly do appreciate the time. Obviously, y'all are very busy. Y'all got things going on, getting ready for a bowl game as well. So we appreciate it, man. We'll see you soon.
Absolutely. Thanks, Jacob. Thanks, Matt. Talk to y'all soon.
All right, there he is, LSU defensive coordinator Blake Baker. Good enough to join us here. Look, I don't think, and I've known Blake for a very long time. He's one of my boys. I don't think he would mind me sharing the offer that I sent him.
Go ahead.
Because I haven't told y'all this. I told y'all pieces of it, but I sent him an offer.
You just told us about the first-round pick.
Yeah. I said free lifetime registration at Elite, so he doesn't have to pay for his kids. So, Greg, if you're listening, I made that deal. Sorry, didn't ask the other partners. Unlimited gold hoodies with logo of choice, because those are pretty popular with
sleeves
him.
Or no sleeves?
That's optional for him. 6 new LSU baseball hats. 2 new pairs of practice cleats, because we know unlimited cheese fries at walk-ons. I gave him the first pick of any youth flag football team, automatic #1 draft protection. I gave him 1 day a year where if he wants to bust into the studio, if he doesn't say like something we're saying, that he can come on the mic and defend himself. So a Blake Baker day here at the studio. The unlimited cane sauce.
I hope that one happens.
Free lifetime consultation on any full bag dive situations, free of charge for me. An annual supply of Supreme rice, the big bags, not the small ones. Unlimited
That's too much.
batting cage tokens at Marucci's Hitter House.
Oh my God!
Because he's got used.
Marucci
It's a lot. No, they don't know yet.
Okay.
I think I'm paying for all this.
How much my high did you give him?
1 free get out of traffic on Burbank after a game. We'll have you airlifted out, okay? And then a free lifetime supply of my high.
Dang, lifetime?
Lifetime supply.
Did you approve that?
You renting a chopper now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Look, I do not need to go back to the 2023 defense.
What if that's the only one he wants?
Yep.
He's like, no, I want to be chopper.
That's fine. We'll
Gotta
find
do
a
what
way.
you gotta do.
We will find a way. There is somebody that is tied to LSU that has access to one of those. I promise you.
Yeah.
We'll get you off Burbank and back home.
One of the OLOL choppers.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
Cashed a lot of checks.
He said he has to find the pin.
Yeah, I gotta find the pin.
Ooh.
Did you apologize on our behalf, too, for the things we had to say about him on
I already
the
told him
radio?
about that, too. I sent him the clip of it. I was like, hey, we had to do these things.
Right.
I mean, obviously.
Yeah. We had to tell Tulane what they were trying to get into.
And it worked.
It did work. It did work. Sure, I sacrificed a lot. It's going to be a lot of money for all those promises, but that's how it felt. I don't need to see bad defense in Tiger Stadium.
I think you just promised not your money, other people's money.
No, because I got to pay for all this.
The chopper?
I got to pay for all this. Yeah, I need some help on that, though. And the my high you got, because you can at least bring something to the table.
Yeah.
I mean,
a whole box of 50 counts.
How many's in there?
There's one.
It's funny. There's like literally one, because like nobody wants to be the person that takes the last one.
I'll give him a fresh 50 count.
I said lifetime, my guy.
Lifetime 10% discount.
Oh my God, that's like the shipping.
Lifetime free shipping. And a hat. You are from 6 hats. It's a random number.
Why?
Not lifetime of hats. You did lifetime of everybody else's stuff.
Well, like I figured, he's going to be a head coach here,
That's
eventually.
True. That's true.
So he's not going to win.
I did like his answer on the head coach.
Yeah.
He was looking at the kind of Kirby Smart path, which is awesome.
Because
Everybody that answers a lot of questions on why.
Sure. I think that was an incredible answer because it's so now it's like, what job can I get to? Let me get to the first job. And there was a job from a playoff team where he played down the street that he could have gone to, but he's like, no, it's not the right situation, not right now.
Mm-hmm.
And continued to build on the craft. Could he go be a head coach? Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Go talk to any defensive player about how they feel about Blake and what they would do and what they would put on the line for Blake. He's ready, but it wasn't the right opportunity at the right moment. You could tell, he said, unfinished business. How about how he said, we were signing a recruiting class that I said I was going to be here for, and I want to be a part of that recruiting class.
Yeah, not a lot of coaches talk like that, right?
No.
Good for him. What a great interview. And LSU Tiger fans, Tiger Nation should celebrate because he's back. I don't know for how long. I don't really care. But for right now, he's ours.
And he said it. Happy wife, happy life.
Damn right. Truer words, people.
All right, we will take a break. More OTB when we come back here. We've got our guy, Devin Snow, a.k.a. Hold the Mayo.
Off the bench.
All right, go to BoudreauxElectrical.com. Matt, do you want to be hosting the holidays and your power go out and you not have a plan?
Oh, no. I don't want that side eye from the father-in-law.
Do you want the ultimate peace of mind?
Yeah.
Do you want more power?
Yeah.
What about more protection?
No, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, if you want those things, you get a whole home generator from Boudreaux's Electrical. A couple of different ways to get in contact with them. 225-300-9389. If you're in the 985, it's 985-397-1562. And always online at BoudreauxElectrical.com.
That's right. Go check them out. Just like Jake said, give your family the gift of the holidays. Give them peace of mind for Christmas. Put a big red bow on it. Make sure you take that red bow off before you start that generator because that would be a hazard. But make sure you get that peace of mind. Keep the lights on when the power goes out. Right here, you never know what the weather's going to do here in Louisiana, but be ready for absolutely anything. Protect your things, protect your family, protect the stuff in that freezer. BoudreauxElectrical.com.
Seven champs, purple and gold to the core. This is Off the Bench with Hester and Flynn, Baton Rouge's go-to for all things Louisiana sports.
All right, welcome back in OTB here live from the Raising Cane's studio. It's Monday. It's 9:15. A little bit later. We have Blake Baker on, went a little long, but our guy Devin Snow, a.k.a. Hold the Mayo, joins us now. Dev, how we doing? How we living?
Doing great. How y'all doing?
Doing fantastic. Amazing. Saints won. That was fun. Tyler Shug, Vanilla Vic. Who thought that was going to happen? LSU, Blake Baker stays. There was a lot of good over the weekend here in Louisiana, Dev.
Yeah, that's the mood right now, man. It's all it takes, bro. Just takes a couple positive things to happen, and here we are. You know what I'm saying? Couldn't be more impressed with how the Saints played yesterday, seriously.
I thought it was a really gritty win. You only had, 250 something like that total yards, right? We all know that, but still, to make the plays when they presented themselves, this is a team that hasn't quit, and that's always impressive to me, certainly in the NFL, when you've got guys making a lot of money, they're still out there fighting. That's a good road victory against a team that still has a shot at the playoffs in the Buccaneers. So I know that a lot of people want to lose games for a better draft choice, but I still think that that's a loser mentality. You have to, certainly with a new coaching staff, maybe if you had Dennis Allen still, right, and you're oh, what the hell, who cares? But you got a new coaching staff. They need to have the players believe in them. They need to see a path going in the right direction. So I think yesterday's win was pretty big for the New Orleans Saints.
Yeah, I don't think it's just a loser mentality either. I think also it's kind of a ignorant mentality, just from the standpoint of, in order to see if you got something in the most important position on the field, that's going to require winning a few games, right? Because the last thing that you really would want to do, if you're the Saints, is have to go into the draft a quarterback, groom another quarterback, et cetera, et cetera. You just drafted one in the second round. Why not see if he's the guy? That's what's happening. And to be honest with you, I've never felt better, right? So if the Saints fall to the 5th, 6th, 7th pick, whatever the case may be, then they can go get some playmakers for their guy that they figured out is their guy this year by winning a few games. You don't figure out it's your guy by losing all your games. You know what I'm saying? You got to see some bright spots.
I think Saints fans can rest easy. Like, the Saints have been trying to win all year, and they can keep trying to win. Doesn't mean they're going to win all their games. They might win a couple more, but like, they're still not the best top to bottom roster, the best team. So like, You never want it. Like, tank is not a real thing. I don't know if it's actually ever been done in the NFL. I don't think, but like, do you think they've you've seen enough from Shuck to say, all right, this is the dude, let's build around him?
If the season ended today, yes.
Yeah, right.
If the season ended today, yes. Now he's got 4 more games to play. I just don't see it really. I'm sorry. I think he's confident enough quarterback to where I just don't see it falling off to where they're like, we need to look at getting a quarterback in this next draft. Dude, he was making game-winning plays. We won that game yesterday because of Tyler Shuck. Like Jacob said, he didn't, throw 1,000,000 yards. He made plays to win the game. He did all the things that we've been struggling to do majority of the year, which is get in the end zone, man. When the Saints score 24 points, watch out. They just don't score that many points. Yeah, they just don't score that many points. So the fact that they did that, 2 touchdowns and the 34-yard run, not a 14-yard run, the 34-yard run, that was Tyler Shuck saying, hey, you know what, dude? Screw this, bro. I'm going to go put points on the board, right? And then the 13-yard run after that, I don't know how you couldn't be more impressed with that, man. That's game-winning plays, right? And people will call me crazy when I say something like this, but, I see a little Josh Allen in this kid. I got to be honest. Like, when you look at Josh Allen's rookie year, he wasn't the greatest passer, and I think Tyler Shuck's an even better passer as far as his rookie year. But the legs is crazy. Like, to make those plays, man, that was very Josh Allen-ish of Tyler Shuck yesterday.
You had Vele make a couple catches there, too. I know we were hating on him for a long time, and he's not setting the world on fire, but, 3 catches, 40 yards. It's even nice to see that guy go make some plays because, you're looking for some playmakers here for the New Orleans Saints. We've had our Olave discussions. I know he's looked great at times. He just feels like, to me, that he could be the true best number 2 receiver in the NFL if you pair him with another weapon there. And Vele's not that, but it's at least nice to see him contribute to the team because there for a while, as you like to say, you couldn't find him with a search warrant.
Yeah, look, and that just goes back to hey, man, I hope, obviously we in that mix to where we can get a playmaker, which we're going to be, right? Because you need it, because if there's one thing I'm thinking about during that game yesterday is, man, imagine if the Saints had, a guy to make some plays. Tyler Shuck's doing this with a bunch of Uber drivers, dude. It's just the facts, man. And that's why he had to take over the game. That's why we won the game like that, because he had to take over it. I don't know, man. I thought that the passion, the will to win, everything you really want to see out of a quarterback was there. He's confident, dude. Mm-hmm. He throws the ball in the middle of the field very confidently. He'll throw a deep ball very confidently, And honestly, the Saints should have won the game against Miami, too. Yeah. Because Chris Olave should have caught that ball. You can't be mad at how Tyler Shuck's playing right now.
All right, Tyler Shuck's going to be the best quarterback in the NFL in the next couple of years, but let's turn.
That's what I'm saying.
That's right. Let's turn the attention back to the other big story for the weekend. All right, give me your overview, your opinions, broad view of what went down yesterday with the CFB playoffs.
Man, I thought that they did it well. I'll never really understand, but they tease it. You know what I'm saying? They pretty much plant the seed the weeks leading up to it. I don't understand the Alabama thing. I still don't. I think Nick Saban is still getting Alabama in the playoffs without even coaching. I do. I really do, dude. 3 losses. One of them was to Florida State. That's it. That's a wrap. You know what I'm saying? I just don't understand how they get into the play. They're not even playing good. Anybody that watches Alabama football, you could tell, Herb Street said it. They leaking oil. This is not like a team that's in prime form or anything like that, yet they still get in. They get in the 9th spot. That's the one thing I just don't understand. Like, you got a team like Vanderbilt, who rightfully, yeah, they beat, but who's the hotter team? It's just, in my opinion, I think a team like that, you know, I just don't understand the Alabama at 9 thing. The Miami thing is a little more sensible to me. And yeah, Notre Dame, you know, it sucks to suck, bro. I mean, it is what it is, man. Set a better example for kids too, playing your bowl game. You know what I'm saying? What kind of role model is that? Like, everybody knows Rudy, everybody knows Notre Dame, and you go opt out your bowl game, dude. Like, what a bunch of losers.
They put their jersey on the table, just like that one scene.
Yeah, it's gross stuff. And then, of course, you know, Tulane getting in at the 11th spot. A lot of people be hating on Tulane and James Madison, you know, for getting in. But let's just see, man. It's hard to beat a team by 5 touchdowns twice. So I'm interested to see what happens.
That's so true.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know if it's ever been done.
It is. It'll be different. I think it'll be different this time. Dev, somebody said there might be a rumor that RB&R Day might be coming to an end. Is that true, or is that just internet hoax?
No, that's facts. 300. So I'm on 291 today.
Okay.
And 300 will be the end of the series. You know, it's not the end of me vlogging.
Right.
You know, it's just the end of the series, and you know, I couldn't feel more comfortable with it, bro. I really, you know, it's 6 years of every single Monday doing it. So, just like Tyler Shuck yesterday, I left it all on the field, dude. I really did, man. Never missed a Monday. All that stuff that came up, you know, whatever was happening on Mondays, I was happy, depressed, whatever. I went out there and did it, and for 6 years. So,
wow.
I think it's just the right time.
Do we have an idea where number 300 is going to be?
No, but I am thinking about maybe like, you know, the last 5 or the last several, you know, just going to places the way I really enjoyed it. Yeah. I really enjoyed the experience, and doing something like that, just to cap it off. If I had to guess, you know, that some of these bangers that I did in the past, like Queen's Cuisine, you know, I'll be back before the end of it. And then the last thing about it is it's really going to be the best decision for me that I think I ever made, because it's going to open up so much. You know, if I want to go get Italian food, go to Mosca's, whatever, you know, I could go do that. If I want to go to Japanese, hibachi, whatever, I can go do that. So I think it's going to be a great thing. If I want to travel, you know, I ain't got to worry about, hey, I got to be here for this Monday, you know. So I really feel good about it, man.
Looking forward to it, man. I'm with you there. I mean, to do it for 300 straight Mondays, that is pretty impressive. Looking forward to all the new content that's going to be dropping after that as well. Dev, we appreciate you every single Monday, sir. Congrats on the Saints' victory. We'll see if we can get the Pelicans a single win this week.
Oh, God. Jesus. All right. Well, yeah, y'all have a good one, man. That's not. Yeah. See y'all later, man.
See you, Dev. I was just get them a single victory. They're going to play multiple times this week.
Got an opportunity.
And I know we hadn't talked about LSU basketball losing to Texas Tech. That's probably something we'll cover more in depth tomorrow. A lot of news over the weekend, but man, their first real opportunity, and didn't go well. Did not go well for the Tigers either. So basketball not going well here in the state of Louisiana this last week. All right, we'll take a break. More OTB when we come back here live from the Raising Cane studio.
Off the bench.
All right, go to RussellPools.com, the website for Russell Pool Company. The cool thing about the website is you can check out a gallery of work, all the different pools they've done here in this area. And you can also kind of get an idea of what your dream pool is going to be. Take a little bit of here, a little bit of there, mash it all together, and that's going to be maybe your dream pool. Or maybe you know every single detail already. Well, the good thing about Russell Pool is you sit down with them and they make sure that becomes a reality. Financing options as well on the homepage. Allow them to come into your space and change your space and give you that dream pool you've always wanted. RussellPools.com.
That's right. Russell Pools is really the company, the name you think of when you think of high quality custom pools, the best pool company around. And so look, if you this is on your bucket list, you've been wanting to do this a long time, you might know exactly what you want, but you know what? You might not know what you want. Well, they got 2 landscape architects right there on staff that can walk you through the whole process, show you all the options, everything they can do, the gallery of work, everything. If you have the project, make sure you do yourself a favor. Give them a call or go see them. RussellPools.com.
From the locker room to the airwaves, it's Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
All right, welcome back in, OTB. If you are hosting that Christmas party, it doesn't have to be like on Christmas Day, as we all know. Like from probably now until the end of Christmas, you're going to have a party like every single weekend, be it at your job or maybe at your house with family, whatever it might be. And there's one place you should go to get the spread. That's Rouse's. You can go to Rouse's.com to find that location that is nearest you. And you see right there, if you're watching this on YouTube, I mean, they are ready to go with all the deals for all your holiday meals, okay? So when you go to your local Rouse's, just know that they are ready. Any, like, holiday sides, any main dish, like, they have it. And it's, like, ready to go already. And we loved being there during football Fridays. I mean, so many different options for us. My High, if you want to pick up some My High there for the holidays as well. So again, go to the website today, find that location that is nearest you, and go ahead and crush the holidays. And Rouse is going to help you do that every single time. Go to rouses.com. There is a penalty, by the way, that I forgot to mention this throughout the show for Iowa State and Kansas State skipping bowl games. The Big 12 did fine them $500,000 apiece.
Dang, good for them.
So
that's probably a drop in the hat, but
it's still something.
Is Notre Dame going to get fined?
No, because they don't have a conference. Yeah.
Oh, dang. Nobody to hold them accountable.
Yeah.
But guess what? They do have that agreement in place that no matter what happens next year, if they're in the top 12, they're in the playoff.
If they are 13th last year, next year I'm gonna laugh so hard.
Well, I
That'd be
doubt they
great.
will be. Have y'all seen their schedule for 2026? They have 3 away games.
Yeah,
we mentioned it earlier, and it's pretty laughable.
They play at Purdue, at Syracuse, and at North Carolina.
And none of those schools
Look,
they play at home.
Nobody goes into Ross-Ade Stadium in West Lafayette, Indiana, and lives to tell the story.
Yep. You want to hear their full schedule next year?
Yeah, we did that already, but you weren't paying attention.
Well, they don't play anybody.
It's okay. They play Wisconsin and Lambeau.
Okay.
It's kind of cool.
That is kind of cool.
They play Navy in Foxborough. That's kind of cool. They'll have more fans than Navy does, obviously. Wisconsin, that'd be a good atmosphere. Wisconsin's not very good, but.
Speaking of Lambeau.
Nobody goes into JMA Wireless. Okay. The artist formerly known as the Carrier Dome.
Nobody knows what that is.
Okay. They know the Carrier Dome. That's what it used to be called.
Okay.
It was an air conditioning company
What is it now?
in a
What'd you
dome
just
that
call it?
didn't have an air conditioning. It's JMA Wireless Dome. Yeah. Carrier was an air conditioning company. It was the longtime sponsor, but the actual dome itself didn't have AC in it.
I didn't know it never had AC.
And did not.
That's awesome.
I remember when LSU played there, it was miserable. God, what a random game that was for LSU to go up there. Random.
Lambeau?
No, Syracuse.
Oh, Syracuse.
I think one of the first
That
years
is
I was
random.
covering football. Oof, random game. Weird place. The dome was.
Let's go around. How did our Alondra, we know how yours did. Taylor, we know how yours did. How Chargers do?
They play tonight.
Oh.
They play tonight.
Play the Eagles tonight.
Yeah.
Ooh,
The Birds.
that's gonna be a fun one.
That'd be good.
My Packers won yesterday.
They did.
Huge divisional game.
Big
Jordan.
win.
Big win.
Because, I mean, the Bears have
Huge
been
win.
winning games like at the end.
Back in the
I
division.
thought they were gonna
lead.
do that.
I
too.
thought they were about to tie it up,
Yep.
and then he threw that pick.
They
how about
underthrew it.
that- What do you think of that ball that Caleb threw? Like,
Should have gone to DJ Moore in front
well,
of
not
him.
only that, but like he kind
Right.
of just lobs it
I
up
mean-
there with the game on the line.
Yeah. Tough play. Rolling to your left. I bet he thought he could get the edge with his feet at first because his number one read was taken away. I bet he thought he could get the edge with his feet, and then he saw that he couldn't. So fourth down. Was it fourth down or was it the last play? No.
It was the last play.
Okay, so yeah, you got it. You have to throw it. It was either fourth down or the last.
I think it was both.
I think it was fourth.
both. Yeah,
it was fourth because he had
Yeah, so it was fourth down. So like he had to throw it, right? Yeah, I think if you go look at it, everyone's he should have thrown to DJ Moore. I don't like he came open so late and he's trying to run. I mean, he pops open like super late, but I think he thought he could get it with his feet. Realized he couldn't.
I guess.
I mean, it's not not a great. I'm not.
He just kind of tosses up a meatball.
Right.
I mean,
you got what? He's throwing it to a tight end versus a DB. Maybe he's thinking he can get a jump ball. He just didn't throw it. I don't think he threw it like he wanted to. I think he would probably take that throwback, but
possibly a dumb question, but like if you just run it real quick to get the first down and then call a timeout, is that not?
Yeah, I mean,
they had 2 timeouts left, I think.
Yeah, they got 2 timeouts.
Because if you're running, I know running the ball like will take up.
I mean, I don't know
clock,
where he's not gonna make it though. That's my thing.
Yeah.
No,
he probably thought at first.
She's saying
the
call
first down.
Run.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like
to,
call a
and they were running
at
that point of the game. They were running a pretty good clip.
Yeah, because it was 4th and 1. Kyle Monungai was running pretty well.
Yep.
And like, why don't you just get that one little yard, call a timeout, reset?
Yeah.
But I don't know.
The problem is if you don't get it, it's like, man, our mobile quarterback, he's made a lot of first down with his feet today.
And
We probably, we need to get him on the move.
What's
rolling to his left, a
the
choice.
Browns for, right? Like taking the ball out of Shador's hands. Caleb's been so good late in games. Like, I agree, probably would have ran it, but at the same time, like, it's kind of hard to explain if you don't make it.
He had the most, probably still has the most fourth quarter comeback wins.
Yeah, he's playing well. He played well yesterday, too.
Yeah,
but
no,
Jordan Love outdoed him.
Gene.
7 touchdowns in the last 2 weeks versus big divisional games. They're undefeated in the NFC North.
No sleeps.
As long as they didn't play the Panthers in the playoffs, they're gonna be
That's a good point. Keep the Panthers out.
Panthers get in.
The Saints threw a wrench in the rankings. I feel like a little bit yesterday.
I mean, the Panthers got a real shot of making it now.
Yeah, they do.
So what it'll come
they still got to
down
play Tampa twice, right?
Yeah, Tampa and Carolina have not played each other this year. They play
Carolina makes the playoffs.
2 of the next 4 games. It'll be Tampa versus Carolina. So basically, winner take all the next 4 weeks.
Just like we all had it.
I mean, the division's ass. So like. It's not that surprising.
Still, though, like for them, like they've beat the Packers, they've beaten the Rams. Who else? They beat one more like playoff. Who was it? It was somebody else.
Bills?
No, they played well.
Jets. That was the Dolphins.
Either way, the fact that they beat the Rams and what the Rams look like right now,
that was wild.
I don't think anybody had that.
Wild behavior.
I know
who are you?
They beat the Falcons.
Panthers. Who are you?
It was
they
one
beat
more
the Cowboys.
team. That's who it was. The kids that got crushed by the Bills.
Yeah, they did.
Who knows? Anyways.
Tyler Shuck beat him.
Shuck if you buck. Shuck if you buck.
All right, go see our friends over at Trash Rangers, trashrangers.com. Residential, commercial service, roll-off dumpsters, 3 different sizes to choose from. They're going to always make sure that you have the right size on your project, at your home, at your business. Don't forget about the sanitation department as well. It's something new that they've added over at Trash Rangers. And again, if you're lucky enough to have residential service, take full advantage of it. Roll-off dumpsters, they're always going to make sure you have the right size like they have at the Flynn's house right now. They can have it. You see them throughout town. Go to trashrangers.com, trashrangers.com. All right, we'll take a break, finish it up here when we come back live from the Raising Cane studio.
Off the bench.
All right, hopefully you've enjoyed the holiday season and you've enjoyed it with some ice cold Dos Equis. It's always a great time to go for Dos. If you got a holiday party, right? If you're hosting the family over for Christmas and you want to make sure that you get the father-in-law seal of approval, what do? You grab some ice cold Dos Equis. And you have them available for everybody, including the father-in-law. That's how you make him happy, okay? So now's a great time. It's always a great time to go for Dos. And Matt, I hear they have a great website as well.
One of the best websites for beer I've ever seen. DosEquis.com. Have your ID handy and ready if you want to enter. But look, we're not here to try to sell you on beer. Like, if you like beer, you like beer. A lot of beer people out there. We're in Louisiana. What we are trying to do is tell you that if you are going to go for beer, make sure you go for Dos. Drink that delicious cold Mexican lager. It is amazing. Stay thirsty, my friends. Holiday season, it's a perfect time to ice down a nice cold Dos Equis. Go for Dos. Drink Dos Equis.
Locked in on LSU football 24/7. You're listening to Off the Bench.
All right, welcome back in OTB. Baseball and softball families, don't miss out. And remember that Marucci's Hitter's House is got the warehouse sale going on until December the 14th. It is your chance to score huge deals on the best gear in the game. So we're talking bats, gloves, batting gloves, apparel, and more from Marucci, Victus, Balm, Lizard Skins, and other top brands, all at the warehouse prices. Limited time sale, as we've been telling you, right? Only going through December the 14th, but incredible deals going on. And the cool deal about it is, look, they let you test out the bats as well in the Hitter's House. So if you want to make sure that it's the right choice for you, go over there, take a couple of hacks. I got to go over there because I owe Blake Baker a lifetime supply of Hitter's House coins for the
They still use coins?
batting cage. Probably not, but it'd be kind of cool if they did. I mean, you probably just swipe a card. I think that's actually how you do it the times I've been over there, but you know what I'm saying. So
You get it.
check them out.
Metaphorical coin.
Yeah.
Saw a post yesterday, made me laugh.
Okay.
Said Diego Pavia looks like the human embodiment of Axe body spray.
Chocolate Axe.
Chocolate Axe.
Made me laugh. How do we feel about this weekend? Heisman, right? Is it this week or next?
Yeah. Heisman, Army, Navy, all this weekend. I'll tell you who I voted for after the ceremony because that's the rules. Can't tell you now. I'm a rule follower.
Blake Baker for Heisman.
Hell yeah.
All right. That's going to do it for us tomorrow. We'll have Nick Underhill, New Orleans Football. We'll have weekend winners too because we didn't get to it today.
Play in your
We
bowl
love you.
game.
Off the bench